Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you guys here in the audience today. And this week marks the 50th episode of Rune News this year. This will be the second year in a row where we post an episode of Rune News every week, bringing you guys all the updates and all the content that you need to know, whether there is an update or not, regardless of gender. However, this week, unfortunately, is one of the shittest updates Jagex has brought up in quite some time. Honestly, it's an interface and sailing update, but it is really lackluster. It's a load of shit, and I feel like they're missing a lot of important changes that people have been asking for. I know Christmas is coming up, but we'll go through it in just a moment, and I'll really explain what I'm missing. And if you guys think I missed something or you disagree with my takes on this, please let me know in the comment section down below. However, speaking of the comment section, last week I asked you guys, what item would you like for Christmas? If Santa could bring you one RuneScape item, what would you want? You answered it beautifully, but this week I want to know, what pet would you like in game? One pet you don't already have, which one would you like Santa to bring you this year if you were given the opportunity? For me, probably the next pet at the moment based on my groans. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. Hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'd greatly appreciate the support. I am live 5 days a week right here on YouTube and on Kick at kick.com/KingCondor. So come by, drop a follow, call me a dickhead, and then fuck off. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News, and you're watching Rune News. This week's update is titled More Sailing and Interface Changes. What it should be titled is More Dog Shit and More Dog Shit for you to enjoy, because that's what it is. Now, Jagex clearly states here that they have been keeping a close eye on feedback for sailing. What you're about to see is nobody's feedback for sailing. I've seen people already complaining that they haven't touched the idea of, I guess, reducing drop rates, which is a bit a personal preference, whether you do want increased or better drop rates or not, along with things like, what has someone written here? They got rearranging your ship, so like moving, if you've already made like the dragon hook and you want to move the dragon hook to somewhere else, you will just have to destroy it. You can't, like, you lose those dragon items forever. I understand an argument for that. There's been no touch on that at all. There's no Shellbane Griffin combat task this week, by the way, which is crazy. There is no adjustments to the Gwyneth Glide crate hitboxes still. It's still just really toxic and tedious to grab them. There's also no mention on ship combat, which, given it's the 17th of December right now, we're going into 1 week until Christmas. I don't know if we're going to see an update next week. I'll be shocked if we do. They might be working until Christmas Eve, but after that, Jagex typically takes a 2 to 3 week break. We're not going to see at least ship combat updates for another month plus. So good stuff. That's the feedback right there, which is excellent. It's a big nothing burger this week for the update, but I'll go through anyway and tell you what they have done. They've made it so the resonance crystals, when it freezes your helm, if you're doing the Gwyneth Glide, you go for the crystals, it freezes your helm, you got to spam click it. If you've got rune and dragon helms, you have to click less now, which is excellent, because with the adamant helm, you have to click it like 3-4 times, and you can do it in like 1 game tick or 2 game ticks. With the rune and dragon helm, it's the exact same speed. You just have to click less often. So pretty much barely an update, barely an improvement there. It's not really, I never found it an issue. I guess if you're a slow clicker, huge, big for the economy. Now we've got the Shellbane Griffin. The adjustments they've made here is, like I said, no combat tasks, which shouldn't be too difficult for a mid-game boss, unfortunately. What they have done, however, is made it respawn 6 seconds faster. But here's a pro tip. If you have a player in house with a max pool in it, just kill the Griffin, teleport to the player in house, drink from the pool, fairy ring, back to the boss, because you'll use almost no resources, especially if you've got like a maxed account. You won't use any resources for the entire fight. You can get the kill, and then by the time you're back, it's respawned anyway. It's so much easier. You don't use food, you don't use mana, you just have to use your combat potions. So, pointless update. However, big changes, big news for Uber drivers, port task tweaks. This is arguably the shittest part of sailing, the weakest part of sailing content. Sure, there's good like XP rates if you do it at a certain efficient method, but it's just not worth it, because you're better off doing Barracuda trials if what you want to do is click for content for sailing. However, you can now right click and take any cargo, which is huge. It just means one less interface to deal with. Get your boxes, get on the boat and go. Unfortunately, it's just shit. So they've updated the shittest part of sailing. I understand Jagex wants port tasks to really work. They really want this to be a strong point for sailing, but it's just shit. It's the same as training agility. We'll do it, we'll train agility, but we just don't like it. That's why people do halibut sepulchre or barb fishing or anything they can to not have to run fucking rooftops. Once you get to a certain point, you stop doing the rooftops. You can't make rooftops better. It's just always going to be shit. That's what Port Task is. Once you're level 28, you can get a cannon on your boat. You just don't do Port Task ever again. It's just not fucking worth it. Thankfully, it is at level 28 that it stops. So as long as Jagex understands that, we can put that behind us. Miscellaneous tweaks, it consists of really nothing, just removing sharks around certain mermaids for charting. The jar of feathers now works when you play around the house, which I feel like should have been like a day one fix. It doesn't sound that difficult. And then coral patches, they've had a bit of a buff. They all have reduced a disease chance, which you can't ultra compost them anyway. It's just kind of mid at best. I don't know. I don't do a lot of coral farming, so I don't really know a whole lot about it. I won't touch on it too much. But the entire tweaks changes for sailing is just more nothing burger, dog shit content that really they haven't touched on the ability to do, or at least even mentioned anything to do with changing their ship combat. Even if it's just some sort of experience or damage or accuracy or mechanic tweaks. No information on that. Not going to get that for a good month. No combat achievements on the Shellbone Griffin, which is wild given it's been over a month now since sailing's been in the game, and we're not going to see anything for about a month. Unless we get it next week, I'll be very shocked if we do. The whole changes to the Uber driver thing is just them updating content no one fucking does. Really weak update this week, which is really unfortunate. I would like to think that we can start moving on from purely sailing dedicated updates too. We'll see what happens in the new year when we get more sailing quests, which we know are coming. So, disappointing way to end the year, personally. They're going to open a sailing opinion poll today, which you can go through and drop your opinions on sailing. And they also will be asking questions about ship combat and quality of life improvement. So you can put the information there, but we're not going to see anything till next year. I will be shocked if they do something next week, just given that it's the Christmas break coming up. I don't know. I wouldn't bank on it. At least after next week, we're not going to get shit for 2 weeks. So just fucking don't get too excited about seeing anything for the next few weeks. But we'll still be doing rune news anyway. They've got pet drop rates here, which are pretty self-explanatory. The higher level it is to farm something, the better drop rates you have. I do like, however, the cannonball store here for Rocky being 1 in 36,000. That's actually pretty clean. That's almost a guaranteed pet on the way to 99 from 87. So highly recommend looking at that. Interface uplift round 3. They're still doing this shit. So rune pouch, if you want to toggle and turn off the preset names or whatever, you can now fit more rune pouch options on your screen, which is actually pretty neat considering all the presets are dog shit and mandatory names rather than you being able to customize your own rune pouch names. You've got a list to choose from instead, which for some reason the name Fletching is, I don't know who the fuck's using a rune pouch with Fletching, but whoever you are, you're a fucking unit. What we got here? Shades of Morton coffin improvements. This is ultimate Ironman content, so we can all agree to skip over that dog shit. Toggleable, mobile-friendly teleport menus for the mobile users. This is huge. For everyone else, we'll just scroll past it because no one cares. Just turn it on in the menu settings or whatever and you'll be fucking fine. Consistent options for storage containers. Everything is now left-click fill. Yay. About fucking time. It's only been 8 years, so huge. Thank you, Jagex. Very good. Smaller UI. So now, when you're going to be on the... so this is one of the changes, the smaller UI changes, sorry. If your agility shortcut looks like that, it's green with a white arrow, it's one way. If it's the usual white with a green arrow, it's a two-way shortcut. Actually, kind of based. That's probably the biggest update on this fucking blog. I'm not going to lie. Huge for Jagex. Otherwise, everything else is just pretty basic. Like they're just adjusting teleport menus still on basalt rocks. And so you can just go to either the entrance or the roof of the troll stronghold. It's not really that game-changing. Quality of life improvements. The biggest one here, in my opinion, is in the lava maze with the stash unit. You can now click it and it will deposit all your items, even if you're wearing them. You used to have to unequip it and deposit it, which is actually pretty risky and dangerous because PKs could come and smoke you. Now you can just click the storage and it will deposit all your stuff. So that's kind of big. Other changes, again, continues to have absolutely nothing but a joke about tax. On the fountain, looking the same again. They're fixing Z buffer issues one thing at a time. It just looks like crap still. But until then, we're just waiting on Jagex to give us a better client. Pretty weak update this week. It's a nothing burger. It's big. It's filled with crap, UI changes, small things, and the sailing stuff, it just doesn't really touch anything we really want to see. And but that's just the way it is. That's one take. That's me rambling on about my disappointment here. And this is Rune News. I'm going to show you guys how to make some fat money, though, in just a moment. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News. You're watching Old School RuneScape updates right here on Rune News. You know, all things considered, this week's update was really bad. It was dog shit on top of dog shit. But it's still better than anything RuneScape 3 has produced in the past 10, 15 years. That's because RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and this week the Dragon Metal Sheet is on the fucking rise, and I tell you what, the Dragon Metal Sheet, this may be a bit of a trap because people are writing to have the drop rates changed to make them more common, and all that means is that price is going to fucking drop. At the moment, Dragon Metal Sheets, super hard to get, super fucking valuable, and of course, way more expensive than this. The Jagex Grand Exchange update that Modash sends in is just a bit slow and laggy. It is going to continue to rise throughout the weeks. Just be careful investing, but you definitely want to be farming these bad boys before any drop rate potential changes happen early next year. Now, next up, the biggest loss is the Dragon Cannon Barrel. Now, this is unfortunate because, well, the Dragon Cannon Barrel is just too easy to get. It's super rare, but salvaging, AFK as fuck. So it's a bit of a catch-22. The unfortunate part is ship combat is just also fucking garbage. We are expecting to see changes in the near future. Unfortunately, Jagex wants to take a long Christmas break first before even discussing what those might be. So Dragon Cannon Barrel, low-key, could be a slightly good investment. Maybe the cannonballs will get the buff. We're not sure yet. It's a risky one. I would advise doing it at your own rate very slowly. Dragon Cannon Barrel is currently not worth, not worth farming because you could just buy them really. They're that cheap. They're plummeting. They may go up in the future. Just be aware that if you make the cannon, you won't get the fucking barrel back. Next up, the Twisted Billington Bing Bong Billium Chillium, which is what we're currently farming, going up in value. Good shit. You want to make some money? Start doing Chambers of Zarek. You want to learn? Come to my live streams right here at kingcondor.com.au/John Howard's Opinion, or just youtube.com/kingcondor or kick.com/kingcondor. We're right here. Chambers of Zarek. Plenty of guides, plenty of content, and always fucking live streaming it. If we're not sailing, we're fucking whaling. And of course, while all the Sawmill vouchers are in the bin, the mole slippers are on the fucking rise, and that's what I thought. That's exactly what's going on. It's fucking Christmas all around here, boys, and this is just the beginning. Mole slippers are gonna go to the fucking moon, and now is the time to be investing. If you haven't bought yourself some mole slippers, look, this is the trend. You want to be buying this shit because this isn't even the peak. Buy it before it rises, and if you tell your friends, hey, mole slippers are going up, I'd highly recommend investing, they're gonna buy mole slippers too. Guess what happens to your mole slippers? They go up in value, and you keep going. You get them to tell their friends. You tell all your friends, they tell their friends. You're up here at the top of this, like, let's call it a triangle, and then your friends are here, their friends are here. It's called network marketing. It's completely legal, completely bulletproof system, and has zero drawbacks. You want to make money in your mole slippers? Buy your mole slippers today and become a rich cunt tomorrow. It's all about telling your friends. It's all about word of mouth and sharing the information. Best in slot shoes, best in slot footwear, best in slot fucking mole slippers. My name is Wade Green. Have a good fucking night. Our first Ironman moment for the week goes to Tony Femboy, who's an Ironman for once. We finally have an Ironman in the show. Tony Femboy got himself soup at, it was like level 40 sailing, 39,538 XP, which is good. It makes up for the like 8 general garage door pets he's got. This guy is a pet magnet. I think he was hunting like his 6th or 7th pair of tassets and kept getting pets instead. He's got a weird obsession with skirts. I think it's the whole femboy thing. I'm not sure entirely, but congratulations, Tony, on the soup. Our second Ironman moment for the week goes to Oomph. Reluctantly, of course, given that he's the community racist. Not my community, the RuneScape community racist. He wanted to showcase and let everyone know that he's now able to kill the Huey with a few Iron Men alongside him. So someone's been able to tolerate him on a team. Obviously it's an open world, they don't know who he is, and I think he's muted in game, but he was able to kill the Huey, so make sure we all congratulate Oomph on being able to now kill a new mid-game boss that is beyond Scurious and the Giant Mole. So this is his 3rd boss he's able to kill. Obviously he's an amateur given by the dog shit inventory setup and the inventory tags, like a fucking amateur, but he's getting there, so congratulations Oomph on getting a kill on a brand new boss. Congratulations. And finally, the worst Ironman moment I've seen all year is someone called Max Smoot, who's an undeniable piece of shit because he got a twisted bow yesterday morning, and he will forever be on my shit list because of that. That's completely ruined my year. It's ruined the episode. This is worse than Jagex's update this week. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm ending the episode right here. Everyone have a good night. Smoot, fuck you. And I'll see you all on the live streams shortly. Much love. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News. and you've been watching Rune News.